Hi, it's Agla and you are watching How Do You Like Your Eggs? And I will be asking this question of my dear friend, brilliant artist, Koni Boros. She also will share a great recipe of a gluten-free pizza, so you just sit down and relax and okay, so this is the dream to come true. I'm very happy, but I'm not by myself here, and I will never be by myself in the kitchen because you cannot cook and eat by yourself. It's wrong. So today I have a dear friend of mine who will teach me how to do certain things that I don't know how to. A very special pizza. Yeah.
It's a very special one for sure. Yeah.
So let me introduce Koni Boros, and I can give you a big hug. Thank you for coming. Like
Thanks
really,
for inviting
you
me.
made my day when you said yes.
And it's the first one. I've been invited to the first one. My God.
Yeah, it's
that's
a big
privilege. Thank you.
It's a scary one. I don't know how it's going to be. I have no idea who is
Neither
going
do
to
I.
watch. But I really hope that people will get something out of it and just connect and I don't know, enjoy
just
it.
sharing basically.
Yeah, just sharing, exactly,
sharing,
just enjoy
really.
it. Yeah. Oh
yeah.
God, like it's really interesting to see yourself in front of the camera, to feel the camera on you. Okay, let's start. So, really first question that I have is why is this recipe that you are going with?
Yeah.
Why you decided to go with pizza? I know it's a very democratic dish.
Well, we all love pizza, don't we?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
It's one of my family's favorites. Anyway, pizza. You know, it's very easy. Weekend, middle of the week, whatnot. Let's just throw a pizza in. And why this specific pizza? Because it's really something different than what you would know or what you would buy. It's actually a gluten-free pizza.
Okay.
But the ingredients are chosen very specifically because we don't like to feed ourselves with over-processed, starting from the flour to the end. And we had a really interesting journey. When our son was 24, he was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. And the doctors were very straightforward, telling him what's, according to their protocol, is his life going to be. And that was certainly not promising. Certainly not promising. They were prescribing him medications that we were thinking, and they were saying also that it's going to destroy his liver.
Whoa, okay, so
and the kind of middle of his age.
Really serious thing. So
and then they said also, well, maybe the second half of your life might be wheelchair kind of thing, because you have to come off the medications. So I said, no.
Oh, you are my hero for these kind of things. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. So we were coming home. I remember sobbing, crying from the hospital, and I was telling him, don't worry, I'll fix it somehow. I don't know how, but I'll fix it. And I went into research of specific diet. So this one is a little bit reintroduced, couple of things. So it's not as strict as the diet was, which was the Paleo diet.
Okay, so it is very strict.
Paleo diet, extremely strict. But he had not taken medications. The doctors didn't know how to explain or what to say how this happened, and he has healed. So I'm extremely proud of myself.
You should, because it's a big deal.
And we are extremely enjoying these recipes because obviously we were all eating the same. We didn't want to bring in anything that he couldn't have in the house. And and then slowly, step by step, we could reintroduce ingredients, and this is now our standard pizza base, which I was keeping for quite long in secret because I was thinking, no, I invented this. I'm not gonna get. I might make a book. I might make this. And now it's the time, I think, in the world, in general in the world, of sharing. So when you approached me, I was like, yes, I'm gonna share this recipe to everyone who needs it, everyone who, for whatever reason, wants to consume healthy, gluten-free, easy to make, etc., etc. So
that is awesome.
This is why I'm going to.
It's amazing.
Have I been too long?
No. For me, what is the most interesting thing, because my daughter has a gluten intolerance,
Right.
and we used to get these I used to get flour that you can get in a store, but when I would read on the back of it, I then think she would better consume actually gluten than this.
Exactly.
So you came up with your own mix.
Yes.
Like, wow. I mean,
Yes.
wow. So I suppose it
It's
was
my own
hours
mix.
spent in the kitchen because.
Oh, I tell you what.
Oh, if someone does not know, to cook from gluten-free flour is a disaster.
It's something that it's almost impossible. Seems almost impossible, and tweaking it just by grams, by milligrams. Like, this was too much. You know, it's gooey. This one was too little. Now it's runny, etc., etc. So coming up with an exact recipe, months and months.
Wow.
But I had a very good audience at home. The guys did not mind at all eating anything or any consistence, you know, as long as because the taste was lovely.
You know, when you're super hungry,
was
like what would you
beautiful.
do? Like
Everything was nice in it, you know. It just
okay.
was
But now you have the recipe, and I suppose when you were saying that even every time you change the company name from the flour.
So here I'm sharing something that is common to find in this region where we are living in Ireland. So yes, the recipe might need a little bit of tweak if you are using different flours than what I'm using now or what I'm sharing now here. But in general, because since I've been sticking to this recipe, I could not every time find exactly the same brand.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's go with this, you know, and see what it. And it turned out well.
Okay, that's
so,
awesome to know.
In my opinion, this is a fairly flexible recipe.
And will you show what's in it? Because
I show you.
We already have the
here
mixture.
Are the sexy flowers. Now this is just something amazing. Not many people know about cassava flour. Oops.
I never knew about it. I actually had
You
no
never heard
idea
about
what cassava is. It's like a fruit or vegetable or something
It's actually
like
a
that,
root.
isn't it?
A root vegetable. Root vegetable, and then it's dried, pounded, ground, whatever. African staple flour. Didn't know anything about African ingredients before I ventured on this trip. And Uche, the owner of the African shop, and when I first time stepped into the African shop, he welcomed me, and I said, "Look, I'm looking for cassava. Do you know what that is?" Of course I know. You know, I come here, and we started chatting, and he was all through this journey with this special diet. He was so helpful. He was showing me nuts, seeds, different things that we don't know. Try this, it may help your son. Try that, it may help your son.
Wow, that's very
sweet.
He
was amazing. I love him so much. Yeah. So yeah, I'm buying it in his shop always. Then this one is potato flour.
Okay.
Again, it's coming from the African
starch,
shop.
Is it? Just a regular starch that you
potato
can get.
starch. Sorry, not flour. Potato starch. So that's the next ingredient. And then buckwheat flour, that's a very common one. You can buy it anywhere. And
I suppose you can make buckwheat flour as well just by grinding the buckwheat.
Yeah. But since I'm very busy with my art, no time for making that, so I'd rather buy it.
Almond flour goes into it as well? Whoa.
Yes.
Really? I thought it's only going actually into desserts.
No, and you'll try it.
Okay, that's amazing. I am so looking forward now to it, really.
Yeah, almond, psyllium husk. Now that's the gluten, basically, or the.
Can I have a look at it?
Yeah. That's coming from the health food shop. You can only buy it in the health food shop.
I see.
That acts like gluten would act in the glutinous
but there's no
flour.
gluten in it.
No.
That's very interesting.
And then yeast, obviously.
Okay, so you will need to, like a normal pizza flour, dough needs to rise.
Needs to rise.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I have actually pre-mixed everything because I don't want you to.
Yeah, because you were saying that this flour is really like
this flour
dusting everywhere. So
it's rather like a dust than a flour. So every time you are using it in the kitchen, you need to wash up the kitchen because you can.
And
feel.
you always wear black, so you like really.
Yeah,
like
I was always covered.
Cool.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So now, what's the ratio for the?
So
dough?
I have the recipe here. So it's 360 grams of cassava flour, 100 grams of potato flour, 140 grams of almond flour, 140 buckwheat, 150 grams of psyllium husk, 1.5 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs, and I actually measured the water in grams because I could never get it right, sometimes it was just milliliters, so I used it 580 grams of water and 10 grams of yeast, and that's it.
I see, and then you prepare your yeast to raise a bit,
you prepare the yeast like this, and hope this one has not been over. But anyways, we need 2 eggs. Now what you need to do is, I'm gonna take my
lovely Julie Rod. Can I help you somehow? Can I do something for you?
Not yet.
Okay.
I think so. I'd like to make a little well there, and then just.
It's incredible, actually, that you came up with this recipe because I mean, it's discovery and it's very creative. So you are a very creative person, I suppose, and fearless.
Not at all.
Yes, you are. I think it's really important, to allow yourself to fail 100 million times, because only then you succeed.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you are brave enough to fail. Right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. That was a big lesson for me to learn. Even in life, I've been through many things. Where I felt and I thought, this is it. I can't get up. And then I learned that it's actually something that
you are very good.
Is teaching.
Awesome. Like very tidy.
Yeah. My kitchen.
Like at home, right?
I have a very tiny kitchen at home, so I need to be really tidy, really tidy. So, there it goes.
Yeah, just make a bit of a fountain out. Actually, it looks good.
So the dough is getting. And all you need to do is just make sure that all the flour is wet, no gadgets. As I said, my kitchen is really small, so I need to keep it very low key in terms of gadgets and everything.
And I just wonder, are you always so adventurous? I mean, because not everybody would come up with the idea that, hey, look, okay, so the doctor said there's medication. You said, okay, look, that is not the way we want to.
I guess I'm a type of person who. I'm not saying that I don't take no for answer, but I always take it with a pinch of salt in everything in life. Now this. I think it's also coming in terms of the health and healthy food and everything, because I grew up, now Serbia, it was Yugoslavia back then when I was born. We were living in a village. We had, all the chicken and everything in the garden. My grandpa was a hunter, he was fishing, he was collecting mushrooms.
Yeah. Picking
and he was a beekeeper.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Brilliant. Just
So
healthy food was always in your life.
Yeah, that ingredient was there always, and I didn't even realize how much I learned there until I came into a situation where I needed all those things, to dig out.
Exactly. So it was filed somewhere there.
So
it
exactly.
just comes back.
Exactly.
That's very interesting.
So this one is going into the oven, not baking, just for faster proofing, and then we can. I'll put just a little bit the heat on.
And
Remind me to turn this off.
It's not necessary that it needs to go into the oven for proofing, is it?
I'm always doing it. No, it's not necessary.
Okay.
I'm always doing it because it's much faster. Because I can preheat that and it gets a nice warm environment, so it proofs faster.
And then you have to have the lid on top, I suppose.
Yeah, or cover it with cling foil if you have just a very basic dish, you know.
Well,
special.
I mean, you know, you are a pizza lover. So what else we need for your pizza?
So we need one onion.
Right.
I'll do the.
Yeah, so
mushrooms.
I will be crying and you will be laughing, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Brilliant, brilliant. The question that I have, and I really was wondering, you know?
Yeah.
When we met years ago,
Oh.
you seemed always very artistic person, but was your life always kind of involving arts?
Yes. Yeah. I was always very artistic. I finished University of Theatrical Art in Serbia. So I was working as an actress back there in theaters, movies, television, radio station.
Wow, okay, so it's a bit of a career.
There was a bit of a career, yeah, and it was actually a nice one. So then we decided, me and my husband, you know, that before we had start a family, let's travel a little, and we went to Australia.
Oh, wow.
For 1 year. And it turned out that it was the best decision for us because the war has started in Yugoslavia.
At that time when you were
At that time when we were in Australia,
oh my God.
So we got stranded in a very, very bad place in the world. Sydney was amazing, but still being stuck. And things, you know, just changed all of a sudden. You lost your home, you lost everything.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing to go back to. That was certainly not an easy period in our life, because we are Hungarian nationalities born in Yugoslavia. Hungary protected us, so we could claim back our nationality, you know, the ancestral nationality. And then we decided after 5 years of staying in Australia to move back to Europe, but we moved to Hungary and stayed in Hungary for 10 years. Coming back, there was already 3 of us. Our son was born in Australia, in Sydney. We lived in Hungary for 10 years. We were traveling up and down the country, trying to settle down. Like I'm always saying, we are both kind of a gypsy soul.
Traveling along the
always,
world, yeah.
You know, when you lose once your stable, permanent home, you become who's moving easily, I would say, you know.
Yeah, so
because you have experienced it once, you know, and then you say, well, I could do it. I survived. I could do it again.
So you are not so attached, I suppose,
no,
isn't it,
to places.
Yeah.
No.
I see.
Well, at least we try not to be attached, because we've learned, you know, that nothing is permanent.
So how did you land in Ireland?
We said we're going somewhere where they speak English, because we had a bit of an English. So we opened the old-fashioned atlas, you know, and we said, okay, maybe London, because I was doing a bit of fashion design. And we were packing up almost, thinking that we are leaving to London. And then they say accidentally, nothing is by accident. I think I had to host a guy who was half Dutch, half Irish. And he just came from the Camino to that city where I lived. And he had no Hungarian. And someone asked me if I would host him for a day and show him places, you know. So I was chatting to him, and he says, London is not your place. I was like, what do you mean? And he says, no. He said, Ireland is your place. And not Dublin, Cork. And I literally went home, opened again the atlas, and I was going in circles around
Trying to find
around
the island.
the island.
And you did.
Where is pork? Here. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so what are we doing? Frying all separately?
All separately.
Okay, let's do that. A pro.
That's it.
Okay. Oh, the smell, right? I absolutely love actually the scent of a frying onion.
Oh, I love
it.
I really love onions.
Yeah,
In
and it's actually really
every
funny.
form.
You love cooking.
I love cooking. I really love cooking. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Not that I have much time recently to do it, but I still love it. Yeah, yeah. I like onion when it's a little bit caramelized. So that looks to me really nice. And next, then I would go perhaps with mushrooms.
Perfect.
And it's interesting because my son's diet is still not allowing to eat or to cook with paprika.
I see. So that is actually the Paleo diet does not have paprika in. Is that right?
Paleo diet is excluding all the nightshades.
I see.
And it's very, and you're like, not everybody knows. Like when I say nightshades, everybody, what is that? I didn't know either. So potatoes, capsicum, aubergine,
is that
tomatoes.
why this tomato sauce is here?
Yes, yeah.
That was like the
making
hilarious name of it.
sauce.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about my tomato sauce as well. So that is, paleo is excluding because they are inflammatory foods.
Wow.
So I'm normally frying, obviously, in one pan as well. And then I do the last paprika, so that it's not mixing into the ingredients
I
that
see.
you can use.
I see.
Yeah. And
Well
tomato, I named it tomato sauce.
But I mean, it looks exactly like it would be tomato sauce.
Yes.
Fantastic. What's in it?
So, you'd not believe it. Cooking apple.
Right, actually. The green ones that you have in the market, isn't it? Like
Yes,
those big-
the white kind of, right, green, yellow, white.
Actually, you could eat it just like a tapenade.
Yes, yeah,
It's
and
something.
we do
Whoa.
eat it like a panada. Yes,
It's really
yeah.
tasty.
And this is raw. This is not cooked at all. So I have apple, carrots, and beetroot blended.
That's where the color is coming from, I guess.
Beetroot,
Yeah,
beetroot. Sometimes I would put a little bit of beetroot powder because some beetroot doesn't have this strong color. Others do. You know, I'm normally buying them cooked. And then if I think I would like it a little bit more red, I put just a little bit of beetroot powder, and that gives that beautiful.
Whoa.
And
How long you can actually keep
apple
it in?
cider vinegar. Just a little, not much. You can keep it in the fridge for 2 weeks at least.
Whoa, okay.
With
So,
in an airtight container, you know.
Brilliant.
And it's uncooked, it's raw. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
It's tasty, looks good, and
Yeah.
but again, like this is it, like
No
it's
tomato.
exactly, and it's creativity. Like you somehow came up with it by yourself. What can
Yes.
I do? I need I need some like a sauce that
I
would look
need,
like a pasta sauce,
yeah,
but I don't have one.
yeah,
What
yeah,
can I
yeah,
do?
what do you do? Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I'm fascinated. Every time, like when you say something, I'm like, okay, okay. How do you come up with these things? Like it's amazing, but I suppose
creativity, I guess,
exactly,
you know?
exactly. And that's what I actually really wanted to ask you. So when you came to Ireland, being an actress, right? Also working as a designer, and now you're landing up in Ireland, and now you have, and now you are an artist, and I love your art.
Yeah,
so
there was
much,
in
but
between that, there was hairdressing as well.
you see, so it's fantastic. So, which to me, actually, why it is interesting, it seems like you allowing yourself take the role, no matter what role it is.
Yes.
And kind of be happy within that role.
Just surfing in life, really.
Fabulous. Surfing in life.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
Is that
then
enough?
whatever waves you meet, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. So then
Yeah.
now we will go with the
With the paprika, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so being so creative, you do so many things in life, and now you do art, which is incredible. And it seems, when you look from the side, it seems so seamless. Seamless?
Seamless.
Seamless, yeah. Yeah, this is me inventing new words. Like, it seems
I'm
so
speaking
seamless.
Konglish as well.
Konglish.
It's Konglish.
How did you make this decision? That is what I want to do. This is me. Like, how?
I just woke up one morning and I said, this is it, you know.
Is that right?
I want to be a painter. Back when we were living in Hungary, I was struggling with mental health, and I really have to, or want to share this with you, because I'm seeing so many people in the same boat, the one that I was in back then. And again, going to the doctor, a doctor would prescribe me medication, and it was going on for a year and a half or whatnot, and the medication, the dosage of medications were going higher and higher, and I was becoming almost a zombie.
Whoa, so is it actually something like a depression?
It was a serious depression,
Whoa.
a serious one, yeah.
And was it here in Ireland? Or?
No, that was back in Hungary.
I see.
That was when we were living in Hungary. Again, I said, well, if you cannot help me, you know, let me help myself. So I went across across the road from the hospital where I met the last time my doctor, and I asked them, you know, what I need some kind of a self-help book, and she showed me the shelf, you know, where to look, and I spent half a day there trying to find a book that may help me. And interestingly enough, I did, and it was something about art therapy.
Art therapy,
art
okay.
therapy. So I bought my first paint and substrate and whatever I needed, you know. And I literally painted out my pain.
Wow.
You know, literally painted out everything that was in me, struggling to come out or not being able to say, because sometimes you can't you don't know, you have no words for that. You know what's going on in you. So using no words was the best therapy that I could get, and I really fell in love with painting. Now those paintings I would not like to decorate anyone's home with, because
I suppose they are just
having
a canvas.
Having said that, some of them had been sold, but there was a lot of dark thoughts in those paintings, you know. And I was thinking, when we were moving over to Ireland, I was thinking I'm going to continue that, and I'm going to be a painter eventually, you know, a full-time painter, full-time artist. But no, life has taken me in a different direction, you know, because we needed to meet the everyday lives outgoings, and that there was no time for that, literally no time for that. So it's been
kind of
stored.
forgot.
I completely forgot. I completely forgot about it up until the COVID. That the COVID has brought up. I was not starting during the COVID, no, but it brought up something in me like, my God, you know, I'm getting older. So the realization of the life being finite, you know, that there is an end to it. I think COVID has brought that more into perspective for me. And from there on, I was playing with this thought, you know, like, I have so many things to say. I haven't said anything because I had no chance to say. I was so busy in my life with all this moving, with changing countries, with changing professions. Where is Koni? Where is me? How can I? Where can I?
That is very interesting.
Where can I express myself? You know, because it might be the end.
And I suppose after such a big gap, it's also fear. Will you be able to express yourself?
Yeah, but will I have time to express myself?
Yeah.
You know, and then So I was 59, coming towards the big number. And that's where I made the decision. That's when I made the decision. I said, by the time I turn 60, I want to be a full-time artist. I want to be able to put all those thoughts, all those emotions, everything that I have, I want to say to the world, onto substrates, onto canvases, and just you know, I've done the big part of my life now in a normal way, in the way that it's expected from you, and now I want to do my thing.
So now you know how do you like your eggs?
I do. I know very much. I love my eggs very much. And I think I can check by now if this should be ready. So, have a look at this. Ta-da!
Okay, so like it's not really raising a lot.
Not raising a lot. No,
because
no,
of the
no.
not having enough gluten, I believe,
yes,
isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Uh-huh.
But that's perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we're gonna make 4 pizzas now. And normally I would make 5 pizzas because we like them thin and we like them kind of just for one person size.
I see.
Because then everyone picks
And
whatever,
puts everything, the
what
ingredients.
they like. You know?
I see. And what kind of, because I see we have some mushrooms, onions, paprika, olives,
yeah.
and also
cheese.
some cheeses. And we have different cheeses as well. So Cashel Blue, that's the one with the walnuts and pears, isn't it? That's for that pizza.
Yeah.
And what is that? That's manchego.
That's manchego.
And the other one is Gouda, matured Gouda.
Yeah.
And why do you choose those kind of matured, not like, not mozzarella like everybody?
Yes, it's kind of a little bit following still the recommendations of a diet for keeping the gut healthy.
I see. So the more mature cheese,
So the more
for your
mature
gut,
cheese is better for your digestive tract. So we would go with sheep cheese or goat cheese or
All right, and we also have some meat as well. So I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to kind of grate it? Yeah.
Grate the cheese. Yeah.
You were saying something, and you brought these special kind of how would I say it, pads for under the pizza.
The liners.
The liners, the liners.
Yeah.
Actually, I absolutely love the idea that you don't need to use the grease paper, and you can have these liners for years.
Yes, I have my liners. I've showed you.
It's incredible.
They're over 4 years.
It's incredible.
Yeah. These liners. Now again, I don't know. Nowadays, you wouldn't know what's healthy, what's not healthy. This is still, I guess, silicone, plastic or not. This dough sticks to paper, and it's very sensitive. You cannot pick it up as you would the normal pizza dough. I needed to make a compromise, and I needed to start to use something that is perhaps not as healthy as I would like it to be. Okay.
I absolutely love the scent of the cheese. And
so this time we're going to make 4 pizzas because I've seen your trays are bigger.
Yeah.
Than my trays are.
And is it very sticky dough, or it's kind of okay?
Yeah, well, it's a sensitive, but it's fairly easy to work with. It's not. See, it's not something that is really falling apart.
I see. And is it only the pizza base you can make out of this dough, or there's something else you can...
Oh, that's a good question. I've forgotten. This is actually the bread recipe as well. So you can put it, instead of putting it in the dish to prove, you put it in your tin.
Yeah.
And then I put it in my dish and cover it, but you can just put it in a plastic bag or whatever, nicely covered, and prove it. And then you bake a bread.
Wow. Okay.
And
it's a paleo bread that you have, healthier.
Yeah, but it's a gluten-free. It's no longer paleo because paleo is not allowing buckwheat.
Oh yes. But anyways, it's gluten-free then.
It's definitely gluten-free. Yeah,
Good.
definitely. Now, just rolling it nicely.
Fabulous.
And it's very good that we have this sheet, which is showing you also the size and how thin.
And how thin it should be, actually, kind of a...
Well, you just follow, basically.
Yeah. Cool.
And that's then thin enough or thick enough, whatever. And I have the oven preheated. I hope it's done by now. Yeah, it's 200 degrees. Because what we do is now, if you start putting on, as you would perhaps for the normal pizza, because this is an abnormal pizza. you would put all the ingredients on top and then chuck it in the oven, where here you need to pre-bake it because otherwise it will be soggy.
I see. And I remember, if I'm correct, that you said that you making these bases, you pre-bake them,
Ta-da!
you actually then, how would I say it, freeze them.
Yes,
And have them in your freezer for whatever you want to.
Exactly.
It's
exactly.
incredible. So
that's what I do.
I mean,
and that is giving you a really good
a bit of a freedom, actually.
Freedom.
Yeah.
In the evening, you know, when you come home, you just forgot to put it on the. When you come home from work, you know, you just put the ingredients on top, put it in the oven, and 20 minutes you have the pizza fresh from the oven. That's a nice artisan pizza. There we go.
We're probably gonna make one with walnuts and one with... How long you are actually keeping it, and how do you know? Let me see.
You just feel it.
Ah, okay, I see. So it's kind of a hard,
it's kind
but
of
not
hard.
too hard.
Yeah, it's kind of half done.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'm laughing when you ask me, how do you know how long? And I said, well, you see it. Oh. My grandma was teaching me always, you know, to cook, and I said, well, grandma, how do I know, you know, how much water I should put in this dough or whatever? And she was always saying that, you know, you kind of feel it. I said, what do I need to feel? You know, I have no idea. What do I need to feel?
Oh, Nana's knows. Nana's knows.
But
yeah.
you kind of, you'll know it. You'll feel it.
But it is instinct,
okay,
isn't
so
it?
What
like,
I'm doing here is I'm actually taking the sheet away.
Oh, you can flip it pretty easy.
Yes.
Looks like that.
It's really.
Oh my God! It's actually, you can see, but it's rising.
Yes, it has. It has risen a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, we like it thin base. So, if someone likes it thicker, perhaps they need to double the recipe or, you know, go a little bit.
But come on, you want to actually taste all the
I like
ingredients,
it thin.
isn't it? Yeah.
We like it thin, really. And then I'm putting on my tomato.
I love the name of it, like no matter.
No matter.
It's awesome. It's my no matter sauce.
My tomato sauce.
That's very, very cool. So how many pizzas you made before you actually got a real good one?
How many pizzas did we have? Oh, I don't know.
Because I suppose, you know, if it was like experiment, it's a lot. Yeah, exactly.
Listen, at the beginning, I needed to use coconut flour. Can you imagine pizza with coconut flour?
No, I cannot, because it's actually dessert flour. To me, anyways, it sounds like.
Yeah, I know it had coconutty taste. It did. But I love that my family has a good sense of humor. So what we have called it was exotic European. It was actually for the flavor, you know.
Oh, a sense of humor, like it's necessary, isn't it?
In life, absolutely. Without it, you can't survive, or you won't survive for too long.
That looks really like a tomato sauce. I swear to God.
Yeah, I've been taught that you need to put a little bit of cheese on the bottom, and then on the top as well. And you're putting it on the bottom so that everything that goes on it sticks to the pizza, rather than dropping off.
But that's how I make my pizza all the time at home. Always.
Lovely. That enough? Yeah, I think that is enough.
Yeah, let's go with more of this as well.
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
Never too much cheese.
Never too much cheese for the pizza.
But then we're gonna put some on the top as well.
I love that. You know, I really wanted to ask you something there, Koni.
Yeah?
Now, one day you decided, as you said, but one day I decided, that's it, I want to be a full-time artist, right? It's an easy decision, but I believe, you know, you needed to overcome lots of fears. I don't believe that it was like this and you just did, you know, there was no doubts, there was nothing there, or maybe I'm wrong?
No, you're not. You're not wrong. Yeah, there is, I mean, life is always coming with fear. And fear is what we fear of. Is that the right way to say? But fear is here to protect you, nothing else, you know. And once you realize that fear is only here to protect you so that you don't step out in front of the car, then you realize that fear is a part of your life. And as such, you just say, yeah, you are here, I welcome you, but I still need to move on. I still need to do my things. Mm-hmm. So it's not something that needs to stop you from doing things. Yes, mm-hmm. Fear, yeah. Yes, I had a bit of fear, and but nothing like it would not allow me to sleep or not. No, it's just kind of a rather excitement than really fear.
And did you have someone like I don't know, maybe inspiring you? You know, someone who you, I don't know, maybe really looked at online, or you know, maybe you listened to a podcast and it was like aha moment, you know, where you're like, you know what, this is it. Like no matter how much I fear this thing, I still gonna be doing it.
Absolutely.
Did you have this
absolutely
mentor? Like
yes, Dr. Wayne Dyer. He's a spiritual teacher, and I was watching his videos one after the other. I just could not get enough of him, of what he was saying and what he was teaching. And yeah, this what I just mentioned here a few minutes ago about fear, I've learned that from him, because he's an amazing, or was. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. Mindfulness was a big thing for me to learn, and that's how I could overcome my depression. And it's a constant work, you know. It's not something that you learn and then you're done. No, you're never done. You will be done on your,
it's a lifetime.
When you take your last breath. You know, that's when you will be done with this life here. Otherwise, it's all constant work. And yes, fear comes, doubts are coming, you know, will I be able to, But then, if you put that out, put your attention to now moment, what I'm doing now, I'm always here in now, never there in the future, because who knows the future? No one.
Absolutely.
And the past is behind me. Then somehow, I don't know. It's just life is just
easier, isn't it?
Rolling, smoother.
Yeah.
Smoother.
Mm-hmm. That's a very good advice, actually, because what I reckon as well, that you know, when you have a big plan for yourself and then you try to achieve it, or you really would love to, you always have this doubt in you, or fear, right, or something. I suppose this is also to do with how would I say it? Not self-confidence, but self-worth. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
Like, this is it,
absolutely.
you know, and then when you realize that actually no matter what, you are worth, no matter what, if you succeed or you lose. It's like
it's a journey. Life is a journey.
Absolutely. Then the fear disappears itself, isn't it? Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Waiting for the pizza, I really wanted to ask you now on your art, because I'm so in love with these portraits, but is it of course all art is very personal for sure, but how these ideas, you know, where are you getting your inspiration from? Where are these ideas coming from? And how, I mean, you know, how do you come up with all those beautiful pieces? And because they are fabulous.
I really don't have a true answer to this. I think you would expect, or even the viewers would expect, you know, that I would give a recipe for this as well. I don't have a recipe for it. Very often I'm asking myself too, where did this come from? You know, like what is this? How come I made it? You know, why is this needed to come?
I suppose it's also your experience through life, isn't it, that is reflecting in your art.
It is, and this is what I'm describing what's my art about. My art is about the life, the life itself, with all its beauty and all the rawness and the ugly bits. And yes, that is reflecting actually that my technique that I developed, which is kind of giving and taking, because I'm keep applying the paint, taking it back with the paper or scraping, and I'm very rough with my substrates. But that's all what life is doing to us, for turning us into a masterpiece,
into a masterpiece,
really.
Agree, absolutely.
So and the Japanese wabi-sabi philosophy is very much in my paintings as well. Finding the beauty in imperfection, or imperfect rather, because the perfection was one of those things that in me, in my life, that has nearly killed me. I always wanted to be very perfect. I always wanted to make perfect, make happy everyone around me, myself be perfect. And finally, when I realized, that we are perfect as we are,
Absolutely.
And yes, we are striving to be better every day.
Yeah.
But we will never be perfect.
And
perfect doesn't exist.
Exactly, and it's so boring as well, isn't it? To think that way, perfect is the most boring thing possible,
perfect?
Isn't it?
It's only your perception of perfect, because his perception will be different and his one will be different.
Absolutely.
So it just doesn't exist. It only exists in you, and if you let it go, then life becomes wow.
Yeah.
Joy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And is there an event maybe or something in your life, or life lesson maybe, let's call it this way? Is there a life lesson that you would share? Something that, something that you would love to tell maybe someone who is watching this and thinking of oh my God, like my life is completely not like yours. It's complete crap. Or let's say, I will never reach to the stars. Or was there a lesson that you took on board and that made your life as it is now? That freed you from this.
Yes, and I suppose it is the thing that I mentioned. That we need to learn to go with the flow, and being in the now moment, enjoying it, noticing what's going on around me, instead of always drifting away with all the chores and tasks and what you need to do. You always bring yourself back, because you need to keep up with the tempo of the life, but then bring yourself back into the now moment, which is meditation, So
you would do a lot of this, isn't it? Like meditation and yoga and
definitely
to ground yourself.
And be grateful. I mean, every meditation of mine is gratitude. Be grateful for being, nothing else. I have no home. I have no fancy car. I have no fancy furniture. I have what I need. And I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, and you have yourself, which is I think that's what we're forgetting. Yes,
I have me.
Yeah.
And I have my loving family. And this is it. And thank you. I'm grateful for it. I have my friends. I have people who I don't even know. They admire me. I mean, what else do you need?
I agree.
What
I absolutely
else?
agree. Yeah, that is beautiful. Actually,
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I know why I like it so much, Yeah, this
Let's
is it.
see that.
Let's see.
Oh, that looks
Oh,
really...
that looks amazing!
Oh,
That looks gorgeous.
look at my glasses.
I am excited
Look
now.
at
Okay, that's it.
me. This looks stunning.
Stunning, absolutely. Oh my God.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Okay. Oh my God. It's
La
like
da.
it's such an Instagrammy thing. Like, I love it, absolutely. So beautiful.
Okay. We need some Italian music now.
Absolutely, yeah. Yep.
I love this combination of yours. I'm gonna take this.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, just sprinkle. But I forgot about it. This is it. You see, it's perfectly imperfect pizza, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly
Exactly it.
what's the all about. The perfect imperfection.
So, if I would ask you about the recipe for the happier life, would you give me a recipe? Would you have one?
Ooh.
What is your recipe for the
Sure.
happier life? Because you know, anytime I meet you, you really seem glowing and you seem happy. And I think it's,
Guys,
You know-
or Egle, the one and only recipe is meditate. Meditate, you know, it's unbelievable. But so many people don't believe that it's a tool that it's here for us for free, and a tool that works for everything. And we say, oh, I don't have time for that. You just wake up 15 minutes earlier than you'd normally. Only 10 minutes. And do a meditation first thing in the morning and say, I'm so glad I woke up this morning. Because we are taking that for granted also, that we are waking up. So many people don't. And I did.
yes.
Do you know?
Yes.
And once you ground yourself, once you start your day with that attitude, yeah, you'll be flying, you'll be glowing. That's my
beautiful.
recipe.
Okay,
Just
I like
meditate.
your recipe. It's a really great recipe, absolutely. And then you just, you do your gratitude and you do your meditation.
Exactly.
And then you make your pizza and the life is just
And then I
colorful
go and I paint.
Exactly, yeah. That's brilliant. Listen, I want to try it now.
Let's try it.
So, which one? That one, yeah?
Either
Okay,
or.
I would try this one
Whichever
then.
you like. Do I need? I
The
don't
center is
need a
incredible.
plate
I
for
love
this.
I love the base.
Nice.
Okay. It's very good. It is really good.
Beautiful.
Really.
Tell me what you think of the base.
The base is really, really good. Really, really good. And I think even Maya, my daughter, would eat it. Because she's picky. She's really picky. But I think something like that, she would. Yeah, because it feels like pizza dough. It really does.
I love to hear that.
Thank you for coming, Koni. Really, you made my day when you said that, yes, I will come, because it's a big deal for me as well. This has been my dream for a long time, and I never had enough courage actually to do it. But thank you so much. And then you feed me with pizza, with my favorite thing,
Thank
so I'm
you
very
so
happy.
much.
I hope actually that anybody who has seen it will enjoy it, will get something out of it. Maybe we'll have a bit more courage to start the own thing. Maybe we'll start meditating and using your recipe, your happy life recipe. But also, you just got a beautiful recipe.
Or just bake a pizza.
Of a pizza base with gluten-free. And I'm absolutely grateful for today. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for me and for being courageous to actually do the thingy. So this is it. With the bite of the pizza, I'm saying goodbye, but well, okay, maybe not goodbye, but I'll see you next time.